What's going on, everyone? Welcome back to the spot where we kick back and react to all kind of different things. Alright, so what we got going on today? We're about to get into an animal video. We're here with Lindsay Nicole. This one is called Tiny Cats That Can Swim, with a bonus. Alright, so I don't know if that's a bonus for the cats or a bonus topic for the video, but I guess we'll find out. So let's go ahead and jump into this. Let's go.
I love when I record half of the video and then realize that I did not turn the microphone on. Fucking love that. Okay, cats are often thought of as little guys.
Don't you hate that? I've been there too. I feel your pain.
That don't like water. Creatures that are willing to get violent over a little spritz. But that is not always the case. The cat family is a big one, with all different types of species that have evolved to all different types of environments, including ones that enjoy to frequent dip so much they evolved semi-aquatic traits. I'm going to introduce you to two of these cat species. It was supposed to be three, but turns out the third one I had planned for is not semi-aquatic. It's not actually down like that, even though it looks like it is. I'm going to introduce you to it anyway as an extra bonus. And then there's another extra bonus at the end that's going to blow your fucking mind. So I got two bonuses for you today. So buckle up, grab a snack while I introduce you to some super sick tiny cats. As always, you already know what the fuck is going on. Don't want to bug my neighbor. As always, you already know what the fuck is going on. Gotta get the general information out of the way. Cats belong to the family Felidae within the order Carnivora. Cat family has been around for about 30 million years that we know of and evolved to become some of the most successful predators on the planet. You'll notice whenever we talk about peak mammalian evolution, it takes place sometime after 66 million years ago. Mammals have been around much longer than that, but weren't able to really find themselves until after the dinosaurs got fucking nerfed by the asteroid. Before then, they were pretty much just rats living in the ground or in the trees, trying to make ends meet without getting fucking crushed to bits by a giant lizard. I'll talk more about this in my History of Life series coming up, which I have mentioned multiple times. It's coming, where I'm going to go through each of the periods in its history, one period per episode. I just threw that in now because honestly, dinosaurs have been on my mind because I went to the Natural History Museum the other day and it was really cool. I'd never been there before and I liked it a lot and I had a great time. Also, by the way, I'm 5'4". I'm not 4'1". I'm not 4'11". I'm medium height. The bones were big and this base just so happens to be unnaturally large. I'm the average height for an American woman. I looked it up. So anyway, since their appearance about 30 million.
Sounds like y'all been getting there in the comments. She's mad.
Years ago, cats have spread out all over the planet to occupy a variety of carnivorous niches. Some filled the roles of apex predators, like the big cats you're familiar with, the lions, the tigers, the leopards, while others settled into more modest roles, catching rodents, birds, and even sometimes fish. Even sometimes a lot of fish, like a shit ton of fish, and got real comfortable getting their little paws wet. Both semi-aquatic species I'll be introducing you to today have partially webbed feet that help them swim. But fish. While this adaptation might seem like a small one, it serves as the perfect segue to explain why I wanted to make this video in the first place. We've got a little purpose section today. We've gone through the evolution of whales from land to water in this video, and you might be familiar with that transition in other groups like marine reptiles and whatnot. Because they took place over such long periods of time, millions upon millions of years, it can be kind of hard to wrap your head around like, how the fuck did this turn into this, and can lead to pretty major misunderstandings about what that transition looked like. You know, like one day flippers appeared and now orcas are fucking up boats in Europe. No, that's not how it happened. Dare I say, a misunderstanding like this can lead people to deny evolution.
You're doing a lot of venting on this one. Oh man.
Altogether. The small changes building on top of each other over a really long time to make big changes can be kind of hard to visualize. So I figured, why not make a video on some species that are just starting, not just starting, but you know, just starting to evolve some of these small changes. And these species just so happen to be cute, tiny cats. This is not a cute animal video. This is an evolution video, an evolution of cute, tiny cats video, but an evolution video nonetheless.
You got cats in this, so it's gonna qualify as a cute video regardless, no matter what you do. No matter what you do, just live with it. Am
I saying that these cats are gonna fully transition to water and become little tiny little kitty whales? No, I'm not saying shit, but that would be cool as fuck. Okay, I bet you're just itching at this point to see the first water cat. So, allow me to introduce you to our teeniest tiny little guy for today, the flat-headed cat. Yes, that is their name, due to the flat nature of their head. They're found in Thailand, Malaysia, Borneo, and Sumatra, and they get to about 3.5 pounds. Please do not lose your shit. This is some serious stuff. Let's run over the quick facts and make this species semi-aquatic. Flat-headed cats have partially webbed feet, like I had mentioned. They also have slightly backwards facing teeth to keep their slippery prey in their mouth. And they've been seen swimming across rivers, a good portion of that time fully underwater. One record of a flat-headed cat in captivity noted that the cat showed more interest in a mouse in a pond than on land. They like wet mouse more than dry mouse, sticking to the brand. Flat-headed cats, like many small cats, are extremely elusive. Not much more is known about it because they seem to tend to stay away from human-altered habitats, and they are just so little, can't even see them, or you mistake them for a rodent. Even with developing research technologies like better camera traps, which scientists set up in different areas to figure out what's going on there, you just don't see them. The flat-head cat's constantly MIA.
So they just don't like us, period. So anybody who was thinking they was gonna have one of these cats for a pet, good luck. They avoid us at all costs, apparently. They don't like human tampering at all.
That's Koi's feeder. It just went off. Now she's trying to figure out how to get to it with all this shit everywhere. Wait, real quick, before you eat, you want to say hi? Very round-headed cat. Now I got cat hair all over my face. Very on brand for the video. Okay, the flat-head cat is constantly MIA. Some researchers came up with a possible explanation for why this is, and it's the cutest thing ever. Objectively, it's objectively very cute. In 2013, they had placed camera traps all over a forest reserve in Malaysia. One camera was placed about 15 inches off the floor, which I believe was the average height for all the cameras. And one night it got knocked over by a southern pig-tailed macaque, this guy, to a height of just 4 inches off the ground. And what do you know? 2 flat-headed cats, not 1, but 2 got captured on camera, which led the researchers to speculate the cameras are too high up.
You know, I'm something of a scientist myself.
They are too little and just walk right under them, which is why we never see them. This might seem pretty obvious, and you might be thinking, well, why not just put the cameras lower if you're trying to find little guys? Well, camera traps are often not species specific. Like if you're setting up cameras, it tends to be to look at a lot of different shit, and sometimes more concentrated to the larger species like tigers or leopards. And then you just happen to find out other stuff about the other little guys because they're just there. And so you see them and you learn about them too. But I say, put the fucking cameras on the floor. We don't know a lot about them. They seem to be endangered. They're listed as endangered, and we gotta save them so we can see how this evolution plays out. Please, let's figure out what we gotta do to save them. Put the cameras on the floor. Also, there was—
Yes, they're in danger, save them. We need our swimming cats. Why? Because. Just because. No, but seriously though, if they are in danger, we need to get on and make sure we do everything we need to do to protect them. Seriously.
There's some good news from that study. Because the camera happened to be about a mile from a palm oil plantation. Stay with me. Flat-headed cats were initially thought to be extremely specific, like not tolerating human-altered habitats at all, which is unfortunately a bad thing because that's just not how the world is working right now. And so when you find out that an animal is actually closer to a human-altered habitat than you initially thought, it suggests they might be more adaptable, more tolerant to changes in their environment, which is a good thing. Now that I said that out loud, that all sounded kind of depressing. More research is needed. The next water cat on our lineup is called the fishing cat, another one that is very on brand.
All right, yeah, more research is needed before we get on to the fishing cat. So, yeah, I wonder how serious they're even taking this cat. The fact that there's not much known about it, as, you know, someone who would normally, like, you know, do this thing and study them, I'd be on it. I'd be like, oh, let's try to find more. You know, let's try to change our tactics so we can figure out how they move around so we can actually spot them, figure out where their nests are and things like that, you know? I'd be on it. And I'm pretty sure there's some people who are on it. So let's hope that in a couple of years we have more information.
They're actually closely related to the flat-headed cat through a common ancestor that was alive about 4 million years ago. They're also found in Southeast Asia, but they are larger than their cousins, like 10 times larger. They're about 30 pounds, like the size of a bobcat. So, not exactly a tiny cat, but definitely still a little guy. Fishing cats, surprise, surprise.
Question though, how aggressive? Because you don't want to mess with the bobcat. So is he like, you know, nicer? I don't know. Let me know.
Surprise, like fish. They live in wetland habitats, so they can eat fish and end up with a diet of about 76% fish. The other portion consists of animals like birds, rodents, some lizards. Like their cousins, they have partially webbed feet that help them scoop up fish and also walk through their muddy wetland habitats like big snowshoes. Lots of surface area. Another feature that supports the fishing cat's semi-aquatic lifestyle is their dual layered coat. The layer closest to their skin is super dense and thick and actually keeps their skin dry while they're swimming. And then the other layer, the outermost layer, is what you see. Those spots and stripes display their lovely pattern. They also have a short tail, which acts as a rudder while they're swimming. There are lots of videos online of fishing cats hunting in the water, even kittens attempting to do so, where they're just like, bat, snatch fish right out of the water, and even plunge their entire head and torso in because they don't give a fuck. We understand more about their behavior, luckily, because they are not as
Where's the videos of them using their tail like a rotor? I wanted to see that. You mentioned it. Oh, come on now. You gotta have a clip.
Attempting to do so, where they're just like, bat, snatch fish right out of the water, and even plunge their entire head and torso in because they don't give a fuck. We understand more about their behavior, luckily, because they are not as elusive as their cousins, the flat cats. They actually have more of a present relationship with humans. Like most wildcat species and other animals, the fishing cat population is impacted by a lot of different factors, like the illegal wildlife trade, habitat loss, and human-wildlife conflict. Actually, before I go any further, I just want to say, I'm never going to talk about human-caused threats to species, like the negative stuff, without providing any solutions to those problems that you can become a part of or that you have access to. I hate when nature documentaries do that shit, you know, where they're like, look at this super cool animal, look at all the cool stuff it can do. Also, it's going extinct and you can make a difference. And then they end the fucking movie. They give you nothing. Like, cool. Now I'm depressed. You gave me nothing and you set it up to me and now I'm sad. I genuinely think that—
Oh man, I feel it's just coming from, because I've seen so many of those. So many of those that make you feel so guilty, but don't give any information at all on what you, just an ordinary person who's honestly shouldn't feel guilty about it because you personally had nothing to do with any of this. But at the same time, as somebody who, if you are somebody who would want to participate in helping, they don't give you no info. There's no phone numbers. There's no emails that's listed on there at the end of those videos. Nothing. It's just feel bad about what you did. And it's like, I didn't even do nothing. But you feel bad anyway because, you know, you're human.
That's so lame because like 99% of the time there is something that you can do or an organization that is doing something that you can get involved in and they can just fucking name it. Like, why are you gatekeeping conservation? Of course, education is an important aspect of it, you know, like being aware of the species existing and like the problems that they have. The solutions are just as important. So anyway, I'm not gonna do that to you. If I talk about the problems, I'm gonna offer a solution and give it to you straight. So, the fishing cat, like I had mentioned, is often involved in human-wildlife conflict. People fearing them because they might be mistaken for one of the bigger cats, like leopards, just maybe seen as a smaller individual, and so they get killed. They're often persecuted for killing poultry or other animals that provide someone economic value. This is a common problem with really any predators that live somewhat near human settlements. You might be familiar with the debate with wolves here in the US. People just don't want them around for safety reasons and economic reasons, killing livestock, huge economic loss, or potentially hurting or killing people. And so for the fishing cat, this problem can definitely be solved through local education, going to communities that experience this wildlife conflict and providing information on the ecology, the behavior of the species, explaining they're not a threat to humans at all, and helping to mend that relationship. I found an organization while I was researching called the Fishing Cat Conservation Alliance that does just that. They also aim to conduct research to better understand how to best conserve the species, and they're involved in a lot of partner projects as well. So if you're interested in getting involved or even just sending them a quick donation so they can get their shit done, I'll put the link below. All right, this next cat, as I had mentioned, I thought was a semi-aquatic cat, but is not.
And that's the thing. It's always the paranoia first and everything. You know, like I said, they're worried about them being a threat when they primarily fish. They're not a threat to humans, apparently. Just so, like I said, I was like, just like earlier, I was like, is it as threatening as a bobcat? Apparently not. But they're still getting treated like they are.
It's called the jaguarundi or the otter cat because it looks like an otter. So obviously for some reason in my head, I was like, oh, they're semi-aquatic because they look like a fucking otter. They're called a fucking otter cat. But no, shit happens, I guess. I'm still gonna talk about them because look at them. I need to talk about them. No semi-aquatic adaptations to take note of here. So just sit back and relax. Unless I somehow missed all of them while I was researching. Now I'm doubting myself. See, this is what happens. I literally can't believe, like, how the fuck is this cat not semi-aquatic? Okay, so anyway. The jaguarundi is found all throughout Central and South America, all the way from the border of the US and Mexico to South Central Argentina. They get to about 20 pounds and like to eat small vertebrates, particularly mammals such as rats and other rodents, really whatever it can get its little paws on. Despite having jaguar in their name, the jaguarundi is most closely related to pumas, or cougars, or mountain lions, the cat with many names. You might remember from my cheetah video that cheetahs, pumas, and jaguarundis share a common ancestor that was alive about 6.7 million years ago in North America. Then there was a split, and the ancestors of the jaguarundis and pumas headed south, and the cheetahs headed west over the Bering Strait land bridge. So within the cat lineage, jaguarundis and pumas are very closely related to each other, and you can kind of see similarities in how they look. The resemblance, it makes sense. Jaguarundis are just definitely more pointy. You know, they're like an otter crossed with a sharp pencil. I've never worked with jaguarundis, but I've worked with plenty of pumas, and they're feisty as fuck. They spit like nobody's business. Based on pictures alone, I'm getting even more of a menacing vibe from Jaguarundi. I feel like all the attitude of a cougar was just condensed into this small package that is the Jaguarundi, just ready to fucking explode with absolutely no notice. You'll be happy to know they're
So then, yeah, stay away. You're not petting this one. Doesn't matter how cute you might think it looks. You're not petting this one. Just keep in mind. Even with that being said, somebody's gonna go out and try to pet one of these. I already know. It never fails.
considered least concern on the IUCN. They're just chilling. That's really all I wanted to say about them because they are not a semi-aquatic cat, and this is a semi-aquatic cat video, so I'm just gonna end that there. Okay, so now, remove the Jaguarundi from your head. Think back to just the flat-headed cat and the fishing cat. Two cats that made the transition to the semi-aquatic lifestyle and have adaptations to show for it. Hopefully this helps to kind of visualize what this early transition looked like for the ancestors to whales or marine reptiles or fucking seals. Yeah, seals had to evolve too. But why did these changes happen in the first place? Like, if they are land animals, why not stay within the confines of land? Well, nature doesn't work like that. It never gives shit to you straight. And often these changes happen because there's no other choice. Maybe typical prey sources are disappearing, or there's too much competition with another species. All it really takes is one behavioral switch in a population to potentially have lasting impacts on their lineage. And of course, I have a cat example of this. The bonus cat. One need not be introduced because they are literally the most famous animal on the planet, the lion. Yeah, there's a population of lions that have started to hunt seals. Let's start from the beginning. Once upon a time, a population of lions lived at the Skeleton Coast in Namibia and hunted seals and hung out on the beach, chilling all day, until the 1980s, when local farmers wiped out the population, human-wildlife conflict. The lions abandoned the coast for 20 years and returned in 2002, but they weren't hunting seals. They just went back to their usual ungulate shit. They were just doing the usual antelope song and dance. Were the sea lions gone forever? Well, since 2018, a small population of them started hunting seals again due to a drought that annihilated their ungulate prey sources, even timing when seals came in on waves and attacking them right at the shore. A team of researchers was able to fit them with tracking collars, which track them. It's a common practice for observation.
I was gonna say how, but tranquilizer darts. But still, oh man, I know that mountain lion gotta be mad. I got this shit stuck around my neck. Goddamn humans. So this is why when these people get mauled, I'm like, I know the reason why you're doing it, but think about it. Somebody knocks you out and then straps something to your neck. You can't get it off. How mad are you, huh? Come on now, you got
research of different animals, especially carnivores, and it doesn't negatively impact them at all. But because of this, researchers have been able to track their whereabouts, figure out what they're eating, see potential new behaviors that they've never seen before, and it also prevents potential interaction with visitors, which is a good thing. They're able to tell when the lions enter a certain area so they can block off that part of the coast, keep people away from them. This is a necessary thing because they have had interaction.
As necessary as it is from the lion's perspective, I know he's got to be mad about that. Very mad about that.
Block off that part of the coast, keep people away from them. This is a necessary thing because they have had interactions with people before. And one time, one of the lions charged a vehicle, and another time, one of the lions had a kill and got startled by some fishermen walking by and dragged the prey 2.5 miles inland. Obviously, that has a negative impact on the research, and the researchers want to keep them at the coast, see what the fuck happens, so they're trying to avoid that. This lion population serves as a perfect example of a behavior change that could end up impacting the lineage over millions of years. Am I saying that's gonna happen? No, but it's cool as fuck to think about. Like, what characteristics will be more beneficial to this population in their gene pool? Will they be drastically different from the inland lions and lead to unique adaptations? It is fun to wonder. It is fun to speculate. And that's it for today. If you like this video, be sure to subscribe.
Interesting. Imagine a lion with webbed feet out there like fishing, jumping in the ocean, snatching up fish with no problem, with grace. That'd be something to see.
You don't miss my next long form video coming out next week. Obviously, I needed a little break after the octopus video because that fucking wore me out. This one revitalized me, so we are back on track. You can check out my weekly live streams on Patreon, keep up with my daily short.
All right, well, that's pretty much the end of that one. Okay, so yeah, what if you saw that? What if you saw a lion just dive into like the deep ocean, come out with some fish in his mouth, or one on his paw, and when he swims gracefully, not like how you see like lions trying to get out the water now if they go in, but just like, you know, he's over here just going. That'd be something to see, and you never know. You never know. It's not saying that it will happen, but this one group of lions, if they stay on this course, something like that just might happen. I find that very interesting. But all right, y'all know what to do. Go down in the comment section, let me know what y'all thought about this one. Let me know what you'd like to see me react to next. Hit that like button before you go, share this video with everyone you know, and subscribe if you haven't done so already, alright? So, till next time, take care of yourselves, and I'm out of here.